may be. But I did want to talk to you about Tar Heels football. We are struggling right now, and I don't know when we're going to see any better. I don't know if we're even going to turn a corner. We may not even have a winning record this year. I know we were texting before the show and you were basically saying injuries. I think that's a part of it. Also, we lost so many players. Elijah Hood, Nas Jones. We lost a lot of offensive talent. Switzer, basically our 4 wide receivers we lost. So what does this mean for UNC football, for the rest of this year? Do we really have a shot to even come out with a even or winning record, you think?
At this point, I don't think they're going to come out and roll over. I think they're going to play hard. I think they're going to win some games. I don't know that I look at the schedule at this point and think that they're going to have a winning record. It's just going to be really, really tough. Even when you think about the teams that they're going to play that are just okay, I don't know that I put them ahead of those teams right now. And you're right. We did see, a lot of talented players leave when you talk about a guy that, the number 2 pick in the draft. And honestly, right now he should probably be starting on Sundays, but Chicago hasn't figured that out yet. Yes. We lost a wide receiving core that was one of the best in the nation when you talk about, Ryan Switzer and Mac Hollins and Buck Howard. And Buck Howard, who just got signed today by Cleveland. So congrats to him. So just a lot of guys, especially on the offensive side of the ball, that are no longer there. And then you talk about, just looking at that injury report. The injury report is extraordinary. It's almost mind blowing. Like when you look at the injury report before Duke, they were missing 9 guys that were out for the season already at that point. And then you look at losing 2 more guys during the Duke game, just from the receiving core. One of them, Austin Prohl, who's the top receiver on the team, both in receptions and yards, and just overall experience and production. So it's really tough to recover from that many losses, both, in terms of experience and just bodies on the field. So, all teams have to have the sort of next man up mentality, but you can only endure so much. And after a certain amount of adversity, the Tar Heels basketball team, we watched a guy like Kenny Williams get hurt, and they made it through the season and still won the title. But make no mistake, if Kenny Williams would have gotten hurt and then that got followed up with, Luke May and then Joel Berry got hurt, you're not going to see a championship team there. Even the best of teams can only take so much.
Yeah, exactly. You can only do so much with what you have too. Again, this is still North Carolina. As much as we love our team, this is still North Carolina, who they may get 1 or 2 like 4 to 5-star players. They might not even get a 5-star. So the guys that they obtain in recruiting, they need those guys to show up. And if they don't, if they're maybe not what they thought they were going to be, then their season could possibly be over. Now, I am a receivers all-pro. His dad played in the NFL, so he's got that pedigree, so I'm excited about him. So I think there is still things to be excited about. I just think we got an uphill climb. We got Georgia Tech next, at Georgia Tech, who has been playing pretty well. We got Notre Dame, Virginia Tech, Miami. We're playing top teams and a lot of ranked teams. So it's going to be interesting, the remaining of the season. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you kind of hit the nail on the head. It's going to be an uphill battle, and what they're going to have to do is play extraordinarily well, hope for no more injuries, and they're going to have to steal a couple of wins here and there that they honestly shouldn't win because, you name teams like, Notre Dame, Virginia Tech, and Miami. I don't think they should win any of those games. But again, we're talking about a team that's just been decimated by injuries. There's not a whole lot of teams that I'm going to pit them against and say, you know what, they should probably win that game because we're talking about a team that's lost 12 starters. It's really hard to recover from that. Take 12 starters off of Clemson right now and see where Clemson's at. Take 12 starters off of Alabama and see where Alabama's at now. those two schools would be in better shape than North Carolina, but those two schools would not look the same way they do if you take a dozen players from those teams.
Right, exactly. I mean, yeah, and Clemson, I don't know what Clemson would be if they lost, a lot of their players. But I think it's going to be it's still going to be a fun team to watch. They're still offensively still exciting. Defensively, they're still a work in progress, but they've got corners and safeties. That's always been their positive side, is to have those corners and safeties that end up normally making it to the league. So MJ Stewart, who's a senior, you still got him there. I believe you got Donnie Miles. He's a senior. So
and they've got some dynamic players. And two of those guys that you mentioned, MJ Stewart, I'm a Chiefs fan. I'm telling you, I already want the Chiefs to draft this guy next year. He's that good. This is going to be a guy that plays on Sundays. He's going to be a top, 3-round pick. I mean, he certainly should be. He's one of the best corners in college football. I think he's going to be really good at the next level. Donnie Miles is another guy that's a good player. And when you talk about Chaz Surratt, I really think Chaz Surratt has a chance to be a really good quarterback. And certainly at this point, if you're a North Carolina fan, you're kind of wishing that Mitch Trubisky had stayed around another year to kind of transition them from, where they were to where they're going. But I think, Trubisky's going to be a very good player, and I think Surratt is going to follow him too. I think he's going to be a really good player. Spent a few years in Chapel Hill, and I think, you just kind of look at his stats right now. Just, guy's got around a 64% completion percentage. He's got 5 touchdowns and just 1 pick. He's got a nice, QB rating. He can toss the ball around pretty well. He's fairly mobile. He's a good quarterback. He's a good young quarterback.
Yeah. All right. Well, Blake, appreciate you coming on this late night edition. We are definitely going to continue to do this more often. We're already in the football season. Basketball season's coming up very, very fast. So it's going to be exciting with the Tar Heels defending their national title. Follow Blake Cockrum, Blake KCMO. He is a Kansas City Chiefs fan. They're undefeated right now. One of the 2 undefeated teams. Also, check out keepingithill.com. So I appreciate you.
Thanks, Ben. Appreciate you. Talk to you soon.
Oh, yeah. Take care. All right, man. So that will conclude this show. 2 nights in a row. I just believe at one point in time in my life, I will be doing shows every single day of the week, either on satellite radio, XM Sirius, a station, and 2 Live Stews Radio. We are definitely continuing to rise. We definitely got a lot of great shows. If you're in Atlanta, you go to TDSS3, a great event hosted by Doug Stewart. Doug Stewart is part of the 2 Live Stews. We appreciate him so much every day for this opportunity, just to be able to be a part of something amazing with the 2 Live Stews Radio Network. Got some great shows on tap for tomorrow. Before I let you go, got a great shows with xsquadaffiliates.com, also 2livestews.com. So we've got tomorrow's Wednesday, so we got Doug Stewart from 9 to 12 Central Time. We got Jeff Fox from 12 to 1 Central. We got Jay Fish the Microwave from 2 to 4 Eastern. We got Rude Dog from 4 to 6. And then we got Jelani JB Bodie from 9 to 10. And man, we got some great shows. We got some great shows on the network. Well, and we'll have hopefully Lonely Hearts Cafe, a part of the X Squad, from 8 to 11. So be on the lookout. Be on the lookout for everything that's going on. X Squad affiliates, 2 Live Stews. Everybody have fun at TDSS3 if I don't talk to you guys. Appreciate everybody in the chat room. Appreciate all the callers that called in. Big Up says, great show. Appreciate that as always, man. You always supportive. He says, I love the supporters doing us like everyone else does. Appreciate you. Big L has a show also, 98.7 WDRS, with him and his cousin Jeff. They got a great show that they do. It's on Saturdays. Be on the lookout for that. You can find that on TuneIn Radio, 98.7 WDRS. Go check out that show. Real Talk Radio, talking some real stuff every single week. So, appreciate everybody. Have a good night, good morning, whatever it may be, wherever you are. Peace. God is love. God bless. Have a good night.